Oh shit, too late. Hey guys, I'm sorry we had a little technical difficulties, so we're back and we're gonna continue with. I can't change it now. I don't think I can. I'll fix it after. I'll fix it after. I thought it was JAE. I didn't know it was JAE. Sorry about that. All right. So question number 3: can you discuss the theme you often explore in your erotic work?
So yes, I normally discuss the spiritual
Right.
and the secular, like the
Right. I
act.
wanted
Because
to hear a line or two. That's what I had asked you.
I stay on my knees for you,
Mm.
whether in thanksgiving for this bliss or forgiveness for the beautifully filthy things we did, whether back shots or back of throat shots, whether straddling your face or waist, I stay on my knees, ready to baptize Miss Oral Fire. Take this prayer, written in tongues, unintelligible to others, but every letter transcribed onto your body with reverence.
Mm.
Let me pray for you as I pray on you.
Okay.
Predator with a need only your flesh can fulfill. I am cannibal, devouring you in every session from body to essence.
God damn.
Goddess in deferential position, but I am merely gathering strength. For the task at hand is not fit for the eyes of other gods. They, in their judgment, would not condone what I am about to do to you.
Mm. Girl, I'm telling you, you're fucking dangerous, yo. You're so goddamn dangerous. So dangerous. I love it.
Thank you.
Okay, here we go. Number 4. What role does personal experience play in your poetry, especially in the context of intimacy and desire? Dope question.
It is key. I only speak about what I know.
Got you.
I mean, I don't, I know a lot of people have fantasies and they write about them, but I feel
Mm-hmm.
like I wouldn't be able to perform them with the passion and the strength that I do,
Right.
where people listen to me and they're like, I believe you.
Right.
Like, because it's the truth.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Yes.
personal experience, everything that I have is from
Right.
personal experience. It may be an amalgamation
Right.
of different, but it is all this. So, if you hear it, yeah, I've done
I say the same thing. A lot of
that.
that's true. A lot of people ask me, where do you get your stories from your poetry? I'm like, please, a lot of my poetry are stories of past experiences. You may have been a past experience too, and they be like me. I'm like, yeah, nigga. I just embellish. I have one small story, and I embellish on.
Hmm.
That's what we do. We embellish. I don't know about
Listen.
you. I know I embellish. Oh,
Well,
girl.
sometimes I have to bring it in
Yeah.
because I'm like, oh, they not ready for all that. Let
Yeah,
me,
they ain't
let me.
ready. They ain't ready for
They're not
me.
ready
They ain't
for
ready.
all of that, all of this reality. So we'll give them just a little taste of what actually happened.
Uh-huh.
So yes, I absolutely do that.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a larger picture, but yes, it's
Mm.
always based in reality, all of
Yes, yes. Yeah,
it.
no, I
Hmm.
understand. I get it. People don't understand. Some people don't under like, no, that's gotta be just a poem. No, not all the time, bro. Not all the
No.
time. Yep.
I
So
have
let
a poem. It's a PSA.
let me
So
hear it. Let me
it is
hear
a
the
public
PSA.
service announcement.
Give me a
And I'm
piece of
like,
that PSA. Give me a piece of that.
wait, we do that. We have to do that.
Okay, we do that
Oh.
one later. Okay, we'll do that one later. We'll do that one later. We'll do that one later. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I just want to say before we go to the next question, I want to let everybody know that I'm really sorry. We were having a little technical difficulty, but we are moving forward. Come back in the room. Come hang out with us. We still here, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
So question number 5. How do you approach the challenge of writing about sexuality in a way that feels authentic and respectful?
Well, I think because it comes from personal experience, it's always my
Mhm.
authentic self. I
Right.
always try to be respectful of my audience, but I
Okay.
still have to tell my story.
Right.
And because it's one of those things, it's in me and it wants to come out.
Mm.
And I don't mostly write erotica, even though most people are like, you're an erotic poet. I am. But
Right.
most of the things that I write are not.
Right.
So I might write 10 poems and one or two of them will be erotica. And it's just like, oh, that story had to come out. It just needed to be released. And so it's always authentic because it's me. And I show up as my
Yeah.
true self all the
Yeah.
time. And that
Yes.
took a
Yes.
long time to get to this point where I could always show up as me
Mm-hmm.
without like the masks and everything else that a lot of people want to use in life. So when I do my poems, people are like, oh, that sounds like her. Yes, because it is.
I'm telling
I'm
you.
respectful of me and my story and my past and everything that I have to share. I'm respectful of that
Mm-hmm.
and of the path that I've had to try to get here.
Right.
So yes, I'm going to show up as me every time. And if you don't like the first poem, I guarantee you're going to hate
You.
the last one because
Mm-mm-mm.
I
Mm-hmm.
promise you, it's going to be
Mm-hmm.
stronger and fiercer than anything
Mm-hmm.
else I've already done. And if you can't handle one,
Yes.
I promise whatever comes afterwards, not for you. You're not
That's
meant for this
right.
room. And that's okay. No
That's right.
shade. I will always be respectful of me
Right.
and of your time. So I'll give you time to head on out. No problem.
Yes. I
Go
know. I
have a
get
great
it.
life.
It's like, okay, have a good
I know.
night. See you
Exactly. Have a good
later.
night.
Yep.
Hmm.
Listen, I was gonna say something. If anyone is that's here have any questions for Jay Simone, please put it in the comment or whatever, and I'll ask her the question. Also, thank you, Tamika, for showing up, girl. My home girl, my Tamika is in the background making
Tamika,
sure
I
I
think
don't.
we needed you.
I think because we was fucking it up a little while ago.
Hey,
There
Tamika.
you go,
Say
Hi.
hi.
Tamika.
My laptop was going crazy. It was just acting like it didn't have no sense, but I made it. I made it. I made it. Nice to
Listen,
Well,
meet you.
welcome.
Nice
this
to meet
show
you.
does not run smoothly without Tamika. Cause
Well, I'm glad you're here.
I'm so happy she's back because, and that's just today, cause some days I'm like, oh my God, I got to do this shit again. I'll be fucking it up. I'll be fucking up everything. Got the questions all mixed up and cause I don't know. That's not what I do. I just interview people. I got to learn all this extra stuff now. But question number 6, are there specific poets or writers who have influenced your style or your content?
Well, previously, I would say that I was influenced by like Ainsley and the Sweet
Yes.
Spot crew
Yes.
because I admire what it is that they've created and their work ethic. You know, that's
Absolutely.
one of those things that I just loved that there are other poets, like if you listen to, say, Ed Mabry, who has some erotica, is a
Yeah.
fantastic slam poet.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so in all genres, and he's just incredible all around. But
Hmm.
now, like I have a partner in my show, Walking Erotica,
Yeah.
who inspires me all the time because
Hmm.
we write very differently.
Okay.
But it's always like a surprise when he writes something and it challenges me to want to write something as well. So we get to go back and forth, and I love that. So there are a lot of other poets who like Rare Epiphany
Okay.
she's out of Atlanta.
What's her name?
Um, Rare Epiphany. And
Okay.
she is exactly that name is so perfect for her because she is incredible.
Okay.
So, and there's another poet, we call him Prince Drippy, but
Prince
he's
Drippy. Why you
amazing.
calling him
Prince Drippy,
Prince?
because that was his nickname. He's from the Honey Dripper Collective, and so that
Okay.
was his nickname. So, so there's him, and there's somebody in New Jersey. Her name is Edwina Mahogany Soul, and
Okay.
she's life. She's
Dope. Yes.
one of the dopest poets, like
Okay. I need the
incredible.
I need their info too.
So absolutely, because I only like with so many people, and but
Hmm.
they are all. I mean, I would share the stage with them any day of the week.
Okay. I
Um,
have someone here. that's asked. His name is Desi Beats. Desi Beats. He says, or she, I'm not sure who that is. You know that person? Okay.
Yes.
Is there an erotic piece that makes you happy when you perform it? And can you spit a few lines? You know, I'm always gonna ask you to spit. I'm always putting people on the
Oh,
spot.
yes, there are several pieces that make me really happy when I perform them. The
Mhm.
one that I was just performing for you,
Okay.
when I said, "Let me pray for you as I pray
Yes.
on you," that poem, oh, I love performing it. And
Oh
there's
my
another
God.
poem called "Swimming Lessons,"
Mm.
um, that I talk about dating and a little more than dating.
Oh shit. The
Um,
real says she's definitely dope. The real. Hey, real.
Thank you. Hey, Real. I
Uh,
appreciate that so much. So, yeah, those two poems, and there's another poem, the public service announcement poem.
mm,
Those, I would say, those three
yeah.
make me so happy to
Hmm.
perform every time that when people ask for them, I'm like, okay,
Right.
okay, no problem. Let's do it.
Right.
So,
Right.
so yes, so those poems, absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Um, I'm always here for them. So,
Here's
did you say you wanted me to do some?
uh-huh.
Okay, so we'll do a short thing
Just give me
of
a couple of lines. Give me a couple
swimming
lines.
lessons.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but to lead into this, just know I grew up in the church. I was junior lifeguard and National Honor Society. Just know this before we
Okay.
start the poem.
Okay.
After the date, wrapped in the arms of this man who makes my heart race. His neck next to my face smells like invitations. Smiles like he's helped many reach their peak, and he leans in whispering, I so adore you. Next time, what would you like to do, beautiful? And me thinking, you don't ask a woman like me a question like that.
Right.
Because am I thinking slow strolls along the beach? No. Am I thinking more flowers and candy? No. Am I thinking another candle at dinner? No. I'm thinking, don't start nothing you can't finish. Even the sun can't diminish my blaze. Between my legs lies a heat hotter than Hades and you will, goddamn. Need to call on all deities to take it. Ask Buddha to help you learn how to firewalk. Before you begin, try strolling into this Eden. Parting legs, pearly gates. This is the closest you will ever be to heaven.
Girl. Love it. I love it.
So, and here it's so funny because I get to do the little bite size and I never get to like the
Uh-huh. Yeah,
of
yeah.
it.
Well,
So to hear the
mm-hmm,
of
mm-hmm.
it, you're gonna have to come to a show. You're gonna have to
Hello.
come see me.
That's right.
If
Have
you're in
to come
Atlanta, come
through.
to Sensual Saturdays. It's on the 30th of this month. Let's go. Come
Ah,
see me.
you need to come to New York for November 16th. Try if you can.
December, December
Mm-hmm.
16th.
For right
I'll think about that.
for what's the name show? For the show that we're doing on the 16th. The reunion.
The naughty list.
Mm-hmm. The
The Mocha
reunion.
reunion.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be nice. I'll
Well, I
keep you
mean, I love
posted.
Mocha.
I
I
know
love Mocha.
everybody.
So
Everybody love Mocha. I'm trying to get everybody to come out to
I
Mocha.
know it's so
I
fun.
mean, come
That
out to
was
the
when
show, to that
somebody
show.
had to get thrown out when I performed a poem because they tried to bum rush the stage and like jump on me.
Shut
And
up.
security, yes, and security had to throw him out. The sheer
Just
number of people who
yes.
have tried to get on stage with me,
Yes, yes.
crazy.
Yeah, what's up, Dre? Oh my God. The stories at Mocha Lounge are so funny. I mean, I miss that place. I really miss that place.
Me too. Me
It's
too.
nothing like it.
It was
It's nothing,
great.
and there will never be another spot like Mocha Lounge. You
So,
know?
yeah,
Yeah.
so that means that we're going to have to create something. Like I said,
Next.
I'm not in New York all the time anymore,
Hmm, hmm.
but down here, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah,
doing here.
yeah, yeah. Okay. All right.
What was that other question? I missed it.
Number 7. That's
Oh,
this one. You ready? How do
Yes.
you handle the potential stigma around erotic poetry in your writing and entrepreneurial ventures?
That is difficult because
Mm,
so many people want to shy away from that. And there's so many places you can't perform when you're
mm,
doing erotica. You have to just find certain special places like dark back rooms or
right,
holes in the wall. And
right.
I'm really trying to change that. Like
Mm,
everything that I do is to bring it to the forefront, make it slightly more mainstream
mm,
so that people understand this is something we all do.
right,
Just because it has been hidden by other forces that don't want you to reclaim your power doesn't mean that's where it needs to stay.
right.
Because I want you to find your freedom. I want you to relish in your pleasure. I want you to have a life full of that. But if
Yes,
people had lives full of pleasure, there are so many industries that would collapse.
yes.
And so they don't want you discovering that about yourself. And
Mm,
I'm here to help you find it. So
hello.
I have a business that centers around finding pleasure for you to discover your purpose in life. And it starts with that, understanding where you should put your energy into. And
Yeah,
I don't just mean sexual pleasure, but once you have this sensuality and pleasure in your life, that's in all areas.
yeah.
And
For sure.
that's what I'm trying to bring to the forefront.
Mm-hmm.
So it is difficult. You do have to break down a lot of boundaries and walls and all of these faces that people want to make looking down on you. No,
Right.
ma'am. No, sir. That is not what we do here.
Yep. Yep.
We are here to empower you. And so that's really what the business is about, empowerment, just through this avenue as well.
Okay. Right.
So, yes.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I don't even remember how, because my open microphone fiends, mic fiends, it didn't start out as an erotic show, erotic
Hmm.
open mic. It was just, and I guess because I always spit erotic poetry, they just people just assumed it was an
Yes.
erotic open mic,
Yes,
right?
yes. That's what'll
And
happen. But the way of the host goes the way of the show. That's
right.
just really
And
how it
so
goes.
what happened one time, I remember asking somebody or letting somebody know, yeah, my show, blah, 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 yada, yada, is this day, this time. Yeah, but I heard your show is an all erotic show and I'm not big on erotic. I'm like, my show is not an erotic show. I'm just an erotic poet. He
Hmm.
said, oh, okay. He did show up to that show and he had a good time. I'm like, you see, I told you my show is not all erotic.
That's the thing. And even if it were,
Right,
because the spectrum of erotica is so massive,
right,
you can still have a good time, even if
right,
erotica wasn't your thing before you got there.
right.
Maybe it is by the end.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's something that should touch you. Like
Yeah.
erotica is something that's primal. It should be
Mm-hmm.
something that's deep within you. And we're
Mm-hmm.
just helping you pull that out.
Yep.
That's all. That's what
I
we
used
do.
I used to be so nervous and embarrassed to talk about
Me too.
sex, to
Me
talk about to
too.
do the
Because
erotic
that's how we
poetry.
were raised.
Because of right, because of how we were raised. I was born
Mhm.
Catholic.
That's why I said I was raised in the church.
Right. We
I
were
just
going to
I
hell. Yeah.
have to let you know
Listen, we were going straight to
exactly.
hell. We was going straight to hell.
Exactly. And so it's a lot to have to get through that as a
Mm-hmm.
personally, you have to do that. And to
Yeah.
now bring it to the world, that is
Yes.
terrifying.
Yes.
But it's what we were born to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to shy away from my purpose just because I'm a little scared.
Right.
What? No.
And I'm a
That's not
old
the way it's going to happen.
and I'm a dirty old broad now. So hey, what the fuck? That's how I feel about it.
Yes, Vixen,
Yes,
religion
yes.
does play a big part in that stigma.
Yes, it
And
does. It
that's
sure
why I
does.
weave the two together because
Mhm.
I want you to know that they play off of one another and
Mhm.
they do go together. And people try to tell you that they don't, they're not doing it
Right.
right.
That's
That's
right.
how I feel.
Right. And my thing is if you're not open to have a conversation about sex and sexuality and how this and that makes you feel, you need to get it together. That's my line. You need to get it together.
I agree.
because
I absolutely
if
agree.
you can't express if you can't express how you feel to the person that you're with or the person you're dealing with, even your friend, whatever, how am I going to know? How are they going to know what you like or what you don't
Agree.
like, or maybe want to
And maybe
try?
you don't know yet. Maybe you
Right.
don't know yet, but that's a journey you have to take.
Exactly.
And then once you're on that journey, you can meet me here and you'll recognize
Exactly.
I was here cheering for you from the beginning. I
Hello.
wanted you to have all your pleasure from the beginning.
Hmm.
I'm always going to support you in that venture because
That's
then you
right.
know the real you. That's the
That's
only
right.
way to know the real you.
You get to know
Because
you
lots
who
of people
you are.
try to cut that part out of them. No, that's part of
Yes.
you too. You
Mhm.
can't be show up as your authentic self if you're trying to box that part up and put it someplace else. No, that's not how it works. So,
Or
like you
make
said, get it
someone else
together.
happy, or not make or make someone else happy and do what someone else wants without expressing how you feel or what you want.
Exactly.
Cause me, if I ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. You hear me?
I understand. And
Yeah.
like I said, I'm always trying to help people discover what that may be because there's so many different things. Like we go back to rope. I
Hmm.
didn't know that I liked rope before I was first tied up. Once I did, I was like, oh, this is amazing. I would have never thought. Like I said,
How does
I
that
write
make you
revolutionary
feel?
poetry, so
Wait a minute. How does
oh,
that make you feel? How did that make you feel when you how did what is
oh
the
my
feeling you get
goodness.
behind being
It
tied up?
felt it felt like I was in the most sensual, loving, like hug ever.
Shut
Like
up.
it made me feel desired and desirable at the same time.
Mm-mm.
It was such an amazing feeling that, like I said, I never would have thought I would enjoy. But after that, I said, oh, I see where I'm heading. Okay. But that's
Wow.
also because I like trying new things. So I'm going to try something new to see if I like it. And if I
I'm
don't, that's
claustrophobic.
fine.
I'm claustrophobic. I'm not trying that. I'm sorry.
But the thing about it is you don't have to be tied up completely. You can just have a harness that goes around here. And
Mhm.
then you're still out in the open, big, large space, whatever you want. And you'll
Mhm.
still feel like, oh, I am loved right now. And that's how it
Good.
feels. I mean,
Wow.
that's how I felt anyway. So, yes, I do. I love rope. And that's part of the reason I do an intro class because I'm not an expert by
Okay.
any means, but I do know how to tie people up.
Oh my god. That's dope.
So, it
That's nice
is.
for people that like to be tied up, and I appreciate you. But
It's about new experiences for all people. That's how I feel. I'm the
right.
first person to paddle a lot of people. I have a paddle that says goddess on it.
Uh-huh.
And so, yes,
We need that. I have another show with me and a girlfriend of mine, and we talk about stuff. I may want to have you on that show, and we're gonna do a nice erotic show and talk about what you do and how to do it, and have like a little, something. We'll talk about that again
okay.
later. Yeah. What she said. I started trying one leg, and it
She tied
escalated
one
to
leg.
there. Yeah.
Yes, I sometimes just tie things around my wrist or on my hand and then up my arm just for the feeling of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm.
nice. It's
Yeah.
nice.
I don't. It don't sound nice to me.
I
It
know
don't
it doesn't.
sound
And
nice.
believe me, I was like that too in the beginning. I promise. Like I said, I write revolutionary poetry too. So I was
Right.
very much like, no,
Right.
absolutely not. But
Right.
then I was like, I don't really have a lot of hard nose. What is this craziness? Let me at least try it. So I
Mm.
did and was like, oh, I stand corrected.
Wow.
Excuse me for disparaging your name, Rope.
Wow.
You are amazing and thank you.
Wow.
So I stand corrected. So yes, that was me.
Mm.
Yes.
So the wheels are turning. I'm like, maybe I'm
I
not.
mean, if you
I'm not.
try it and you don't like it,
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
But you can try it and find that you do.
Mm. I don't know. That sounds like a trap to me. I don't know if I want to do all that. It sounds like a trap. Girl, stop looking at me like that. I might have to
I'm
try
just
that one day. Who
I'm
knows? You
just
never
saying, when
know.
you get a skilled rope artist, like a skilled, sensual Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, we're gonna talk. All right, question number 8. What do you hope readers experience when they engage with your work?
Freedom, empowerment,
Mm,
sensuality,
yes.
like new horizons. I want them to embrace themselves. That's what I
Mm,
want. Now, if they find it through my work, even better.
yes.
But yes, I want you to sometimes think about, ooh, I haven't done that. Try it. Try it and see what
Mm,
happens.
hmm.
Try it and then let me know about it because I love hearing
Now,
about
wait. I don't know if I asked you. How did you get involved in this part of the eroticism?
the BDSM and things
Yeah,
of that
yeah,
nature.
yeah.
I was at a show and I did an erotic poem, and
Right.
there was a Dom there who met me and said that I look like I'd make a good sub. He since regretted those words because he's like, oh, she's terrible. She is
Was
not.
was this in
But it's a
ATL
Dom
or
out of
was this in
no, this is a Dom out
ATL?
of New York. This is a
Oh,
Dom out of New York. hmm
oh, okay. What's his name?
So he initially Romello.
I know Romello. I did a show for Romello. I
Yes.
did a show for him like oof, years ago. He had a
Yes. So
show
he's still doing
downtown.
shows.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes, he has shows
It
downtown.
was
So
downtown
he's still doing
somewhere.
shows. He had one
Mm.
on like 36 and some
Right,
other
30. It
place.
was 30 something street.
Yeah, so
Wow.
I did a lot of shows with him actually. So he
Mhm.
was the first like professional dom I'd ever met. And
Mhm.
then through his events I met others.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so yeah, he'd be great for tying if you wanted somebody, you can reach out to him.
No, I'm okay. I'm
No, no,
just
no, I mean for your friend that said she wanted to
right.
be
I
tied
need
up
to.
for
You
Mocha.
know what? I think I still have his number. If his number's still the same, I'm gonna definitely contact him
Yes.
because I need. Yeah, she needs. She wanted to be a part of the show, but I was like, I gotta find. She said you just have to find somebody to tie me up. So
Yeah,
I'm like,
so
okay,
well, try him. And
yeah,
if not, I'm sure he can recommend somebody for you. I might have a couple of other people, but
okay,
I would say
cool,
try him
cool.
first.
He's laughing. I thought, yeah, I know, Desi, because you probably, I was here thinking, why is she me? I don't want to be tied up. No,
No, I
man,
know
that's for
not
the show.
you,
Not me. That's for the
your
show.
friend.
For the show. Oh
So
man. All
funny.
right. What are we up to with question number 9? Okay, I've already asked you, but I'm gonna ask you again. Have you shared a particular poem that you feel that you feel encapsulates your voice and your style?
The one that I already did, the Stay on My Knees, Let Me Pray for You. I feel like
Hmm.
that one is the most me
Okay.
of the poems that I have.
Hmm.
So I have others that are like, ooh, okay. Um,
Yeah,
and my
yeah.
public service announcement is like, oh, that is her too. But they're just different days. Just catch me on a different day and I'll be that.
But how I feel this day is what I'm spitting today. How I feel that day is
Mm-hmm.
what I'm spitting that. Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I get that.
Exactly.
I get that.
So
I get that. That's crazy. All right, number 10. Where's she at? Okay. How has your work as an entrepreneur influenced your poetry and vice versa?
um I actually just wrote a poem that kind of fuses both of them. And
Okay.
it was interesting because it's I don't tell people all the time. If you're just doing, a poem here and there, you may not say, "Oh, look, I have a book. I'm an author and I write about intimacy," or "Oh, I do workshops and all these classes." And, "Oh, I have a business that literally is about empowerment and pleasure and all of these things." So you may not say that when you just go and do a poem.
Right.
So I wrote this poem and I did not intend for it to be like this. I did not intend for it to include all of these things that I do, but it just happened to do so. And I was like, oh,
You
look
want to
at
share
this.
it? You feel like sharing it?
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
I give classes on sucking dick. Really. Google it. I also teach how to please the clit, find bliss. I mean, my head game's sick. People have wondered how the woman with the ultra high IQ could be reduced to this, why she would choose this, the last taboo, not understanding that I'm the most powerful being in the room. Even in a position of submission, listen, I hold your rapt attention, along with your most sensitive bits. Yes, I've studied the sciences, psychology, sociology, chemistry, physics, genetics. I understand all the theory, but there's something about practice. The heaven between these lips, the heaven between these lips, the heaven these lips possess sacred, saves and changes lives. My brain is the thing that keeps them coming back and coming back. Back to back, I spit gems, dripping prosperity all over them, releasing them, returning for the wisdom gained when entering my domain, remaining in the same space as hopeless when placed near these lips, trips to outer galaxies, helping you see the you previously only seen in dreams can actually be a reality. These colors you hear and music you see, shrooms, LSD, that ain't got nothing on me.
Mm.
I'm here to help ease the pain, unchain from the shame. I'm walking dopamine. I'm dope. I mean, in real life, sacrificing breath to show you the depths I traverse to bring you to this apex. And whether that's staying on my knees, head hanging off the bed for better leverage, or being the safe shelter, talking off the ledge and onto something better than hanging onto my every word. It's almost absurd how much I love pleasure. These serious jewel spit and advanced measures, this mouth, this tongue, these words. Whether bedroom, boardroom, brothel, or church service, they've heard of this woman out here doing God's work, serving and standing in her purpose to elevate. You see how the body lifts, shakes, and then lifts again when it's about to orgasm? Mm, magnificent. Like a plane about to take flight. Weight lifted, improved posture, body lighter. It's the same when you heal. New bounce in your stride. Desire is a truth you can't hide. And you are your most honest when you're about to die. And I specialize in little deaths, in unlearning generational curses and the limitations they tried to get you to accept. So come here. For the climax they told you never get. Breathe. Relish the ascendance. You're in good hands. I even wrote a book on it. I'm a pro at this. So when they ask, yes, I'm out here being multifaceted, saving the world. And yes, also teaching classes on giving head.
Mm.
Yeah. So that,
Ah,
so
girl, girl, I'm telling you,
people
I
come
don't
up to me, they're like, you really teach classes? I was like, I really do. It's my most popular class.
you
Do
do
we
a
have a
on
book? I really have a book.
exactly. Do you have a on? Is it an online class or is it a live
It is
class?
an online. It's an. I do both. I've
Okay,
taught it live and I teach it online. I have a virtual class. You can have a
okay,
whole party. People invite like their friends, and it's a whole thing. It's great. There's a whole package. When if it's all women who like are about the penis,
right.
then we have dildos there. And if it's you're about JJ, you're about that, then we have these chocolate lollipops that
Right.
are vulva shaped. Yeah, so
My God.
it's
Oh,
nice. Yes, so we do that.
I love
Mhm.
it. I'm definitely gonna get your information. I'm gonna make sure everyone here has your information. So when they wanna, if they want to take the class, I'm definitely want to take the class. I want to check out the class. So I'm gonna go just to check it out and see what's what. I'm nosy. I just
Thank
want to check
you.
it out. You
Well, you
know.
should. Thank you. I've had people who were like, I felt like I was a pro. Came to your class and was like, what? I didn't know
Right.
I was gonna learn extra stuff. That's what we do. I'm
Yep.
always learning. So yes.
Yep. Never too young, never too old to learn.
No,
Never
no.
too old to learn. All
Mm-mm.
righty. So number 11, what do you
Yes.
what do you see as the
As
connection
a-
between erotic poetry and self-empowerment?
oh, I was like, I
Yeah.
definitely see the connection. For
Yes,
me,
yes.
it is both things. If you
Okay.
don't, if you don't learn yourself, it's very difficult
Okay.
to, I think, be the best version, to show up as yourself in any aspect, but especially when you're writing erotica. Because
Right.
erotica,
Right.
good erotica is difficult to write.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So if you're not being your authentic self, it shows up. People can hear that. There have been so many times, and I'm sure you've had this too, where you hear somebody doing the poem and you're like, they didn't do this. They, why are they lying? This is not something that they do in their real life. Their person didn't react like this. You hear it doesn't even sound authentic, like it should be
Right.
coming
Right.
out of their mouth. So it's like they haven't even found themselves
Mm-hmm.
yet in that arena. And now they want to do a poem where you
Mm-hmm.
can't hide. No,
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, you lie, you lie. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a pretty story, but I don't believe you.
Right.
So,
And there's
so
a few
yeah, this,
poems. There's a few poems I did when I first started that don't sound like what I do now, if that makes
of
sense.
course, but you're not who you were then
Right.
anymore.
14,
And so
15
those,
years ago. Right.
exactly, they don't make the same amount of sense. And
Yes.
you've become something else and stronger in who you are, more
Mm-hmm.
grounded in who you are, and your new poetry would reflect that.
Yes. Yes.
And that's what I mean. The people who don't know themselves and
Mm-hmm.
decide to write an erotic poem, and you're just
Mm-hmm.
like, have you even had a partner before?
Right. Right.
Like you hear some people, you're like, that sounds like it would hurt. What person
Right.
likes that? What
Right.
is
Right.
going on? No,
Be like, what? What? What?
so
What the fuck? What the fuck?
exactly, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like there is such a connection between the two that if you
Mm-hmm.
don't have that, if you're not empowered, if you haven't been, you don't necessarily have to be fully healed, but know yourself in that arena and
Right.
then try to write erotica.
Right.
Because I've taught classes on people who tried to write erotic poems, and once we discuss their intimate life, I recognize, oh, okay, this is why you're having a hard time. It's
Right.
okay, let me help you. And
Right.
once they're able to heal from that or get past that, their erotica improves dramatically.
Yes.
So yes.
Yeah. For sure. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 12. How do you navigate the intersection of art and commerce in your entrepreneurial endeavors?
Well, considering that I am an artist first, and it just so happens that I'm in the genre of erotica, I'm
Okay.
in other genres too. So
Okay.
that's easy for
Mm,
entrepreneurial and commerce. Those other genres are easy to sell.
mm,
Erotica, not so much.
mhm.
So I have to be very careful about how I navigate those roads when I, as a woman,
Okay.
present it to some people. They don't take it quite as seriously as if I'm
Mhm.
standing there with a man for some reason.
Okay.
Then it's like, oh, she's serious. Oh, this is really, oh, she really wants to do a show. Oh, you really want my venue? Yes, I do. And I will
Mhm.
fill it. And it will be great.
Mhm.
And I could have done it alone, but for some reason
Right.
you want this. But everything that I've been doing, I've been a working professional poet for 20 years,
Yes. I know.
doing mostly erotica.
Mhm.
So this is my life at this point, and
Mhm.
I'm so passionate about it that it's more like I will just break down the door.
Okay.
So you understand, like I said, I have a whole book
Mhm.
that that people are out here buying, saying it's changing
Okay.
lives.
Right.
I'm so serious about it that I'm writing it down and giving workshops. So I just had to find a way around it. And banks also don't want you to have a sexual
No.
business. So it's more
Why?
like, oh no, this is just empowerment. They don't want you to, because they're like,
Why?
oh no, you could be doing sex work, you could be sex trafficking, you could be anything. So they don't want
Uh,
anything that deals with sex, sensuality, intimacy. They don't want it to be called that. I changed the name of
wow.
my company
Uh-huh.
for that. But it's working. It's working now. You just have
Okay.
to understand the game so that you can play it.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Yeah, you say the word sex and automatically it's like it's a fucking crime.
It is
It's a
exactly.
crime. Yeah,
That's
it's
what it
like a
seems like.
crime.
It's like I'm not trying to do that at all.
Right.
I'm
Right.
trying to bring happiness and joy and
Uh-huh.
pleasure to your life. I don't understand why
Yeah.
you fight me on it.
Some
But
people
okay,
misconstrue. Excuse me, did I say that? No, that's not what I do.
no, it's not.
And now with all this shit going on with I ain't even gonna say that man name,
Yeah, I was
with
gonna
all
say,
that
yeah,
with all
all of
that
that.
stuff
It makes
going
it even
on, it makes it
even
even
more
worse.
difficult.
It makes it
It
very
does.
difficult.
It really does.
Yeah.
It
But
really
listen,
does.
we know
So,
what we doing, so that's the main thing. We know
mm-hmm,
what we doing, and we ain't
exactly.
doing nothing to harm nobody. We just want to feel good and want you to feel good too. How about that?
Exactly.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. Number 13. What advice would you give to aspiring erotic poets looking to find their unique voice?
I would say read a lot and go to shows and listen.
Mm,
But when it comes to writing, block all of that out
mhm,
and tell your story.
mhm,
Start with telling your story. Find a scene that you think was the most beautiful erotic scene that you've had in your life, something that brought you such joy, and put that on the page. How did you
mhm.
feel? What were the sounds? What were the smells? What happened? Tell us the story and
Right.
then elaborate on it. And then take out words that seem similar and put in something else and
Mhm.
paint this picture for us so that we're there with you and we get that same feeling.
Yes. The
And there
visual.
you
It's
go.
the visual. The
Yes,
visual
it
is
absolutely
everything.
is. It is
Mhm.
everything.
The visual is
And so
definitely everything. Yep.
yes. So that's what I would say. Again, block all of those other things out. Don't try to sound like anyone else.
Mm.
Tell your true, authentic story in the
Right.
most vibrant way you can think of.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Where we at now? Number
Thank you, Vixen. I appreciate you.
what she say? What did Vixen say? I missed
She was
that.
just like, yes,
That's right.
yes,
Yeah. She understands. She's a friend of
yes,
yours? Is she a friend of yours,
yes. She,
Vixen?
I do. Yes, I absolutely know Vixen. She comes to my show. Yes,
Oh,
exactly. Bring me into the bedroom.
right.
That's how
Right.
I am. That's
Yes.
how I feel. Yes.
Mhm. Yep, yep.
So yeah,
Thank you
Vixen
so
comes
much
to
for
my Atlanta
coming.
show.
Thank you so
Yes,
much, Vixen, for sitting with us and talking. Excuse the little intimate, I mean the
it's
little
fine.
thing we had, but
It's
yeah,
fine.
thank you so much for being here and supporting this today. Yeah. So, number 14. How do you see the role of erotic poetry evolving in contemporary literature? That's a
Well, I
hard
think
question.
that it's a great question.
Mm,
I think that good art defies all genres, so it doesn't matter.
right.
Because if you think about it, there are some Shakespeare stories and poems. Whew, there are lots of the Psalms. I mean, so many things have come through that are about love, sex, sensuality that
Right.
have been passed down through the ages.
Mm-hmm.
Lady Chatterley's Lover, like the whole book is about that. So
Okay.
there are lots of ways in which erotica can become that as long as it's well written.
Right.
And so we're trying to create spaces for those well written works to be brought to life.
Okay.
And so I think a lot of people are really coming around to it. And soon it won't have the stigma that it did before, especially when you point out that there were love and sex verses in the Bible that you talk about. Like I don't understand why there's a problem, but there
Mm,
are,
mm,
and so and throughout history, that's what's traveled with us too, as
right.
well as philosophy and all these other things, but also the intimate
Okay.
that has been with us since the beginning. So
Hmm.
I still see that happening
Okay.
for great writers. Yes.
Okay. I wish they had more. venues that will cater to eroticism,
I'm gonna
like
come
in New
back and
York.
have a show up there. I'm gonna have to come back and do it and just start one. Like I said, I have one here. I'll probably start another one, and then I'll just travel around and
Yeah,
have shows in different locations so that
yeah.
we have space because
Hmm.
we need space for this.
Oh,
We
there's a
do.
space now. We have there's a new space up here that we could do a nice erotic show. Yeah,
And
we
that's
could
what we're
definitely
going
do
to
a
have
show.
to do.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Yeah. Number 15. Can you talk about any
Ooh,
upcoming projects or collaborations you're excited about? Here we go.
okay. Hmm. Well, obviously, as I've mentioned,
Yeah.
my show Sensual Saturdays, which
Okay.
is coming up on the 30th. I'm
Mhm.
here in Atlanta. So
Mhm.
I'll have that. I'll be performing in a couple of other spaces around the city leading up
Mhm.
to that, but that's like a big show.
Right.
I have a podcast. It's a relationship podcast. So I have a partner whose name
Mhm.
is The Walking Erotica. So, I mean,
Okay.
you can just imagine what it's about.
Okay.
But no, we
Okay.
talk about spicy topics and everything. And of course, erotica because he's also an erotic poet.
What's that email
So,
address?
so it's the podcast Addy at
Okay.
gmail.com is our email address. But the
Okay.
podcast itself is called Walking Desires Podcast. And we're
Okay.
on all platforms. So,
Okay.
Walking Desires Podcast. We have bracelets. It says, I am a walking desire.
Okay. I hear that.
So,
I'm gonna go on your
so
show every Saturday. You said.
We drop every Friday. The
Mhm.
podcast drops every Friday. So
Mhm.
we have somewhere you can see us, and then we
Okay.
have a lot of where it's just you can hear us. But yes, come through, listen to the podcast, subscribe, and all of those wonderful
I
things.
am.
Um,
I
of,
am.
of course, as I mentioned, I have the Intimacy Superpower, which is my
Mhm.
book. It is on intimacy
Mhm.
and on ways to be unstoppable in love and life, how to find your authentic self so that you can write these incredible erotic poems. So, also, if you don't have a partner but you're looking for one, it's how to find and keep one. So, how to
Yes.
forge your bond even stronger. So,
Mhm.
that's what's about. It's like in half. The first half is for you as an individual, and then for you as a partner in a couple.
Wow.
So, yes.
Nice.
Hi.
Yeah,
He
that's
says,
Honest Abe. Honest Abe.
hey, Abe, how are you?
Mhm.
So, yeah, so those are the big things that I have coming up.
Mhm.
And I'm really excited about them, like really excited. Our feature is coming from Connecticut, coming
Okay.
down to feature the show in Atlanta.
Mhm.
So it's Kiss the Poet. I don't know if you know him, but Kiss the
No, I
Poet will
don't.
be there.
Mhm.
And so we have a lot of poets that come from different states. So we'll have some from New York, some
Look at
from
that.
Jersey, you
I
know,
need to come out
DC.
more. I need to get out
Yes,
more.
come
I
on.
really
When I
do.
tell
I
you
need
they
to
come
get
down to
out.
Atlanta for this show,
Ah, I need to get out more. I'm
yes,
telling you. I'll have
this show has poets traveling. Oh, and I do have an album. Oh, my album.
yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, I do.
Thank you,
I am
Desi.
record. Thank you, because Desi Beats is my producer.
Uh-huh.
Incredible producer. So yeah, so the poem that I did, "Stay on My Knees," the
Uh-huh.
one "Let Me Pray for You," that's
Yes.
on it. Swimming
Yes.
lessons is on it, and
Mhm.
a bunch of other poems will be on this album. That should be released next year. So we're recording
Okay.
now. I'm very excited about it, and I will let you know when it's ready to
Please
drop. I
do.
will let
Please
you
do.
know.
Oh my
Yes, I'm very
God.
excited about that too.
I'm excited, and I
So
ain't even part of it, but I'm excited. I'm excited for you. Shoot.
thank you, thank you.
Girl.
No, it's great. It's great. Life is amazing.
I love it. Stay on your knees
You're
can be
right. Stay
streamed
on My Knees can be
everywhere.
streamed everywhere right
Come
now.
on, girl, get your
Thank
shit
you.
together. Get your shit together, girl.
I
Tell everything. Let me hear everything. Get it
know.
together.
On all the platforms. So yes, you can stream Stay on My Knees on all the platforms. So
Yes.
Amazon or
Okay.
iTunes, whatever it is. So
Mhm.
yes, run everyone. Go find Stay on My Knees by Jay Simone on any streaming platform. Do
Yes.
that for me. Yes, do
Yes.
that.
right.
I
Stay on your
appreciate you.
knees. Stay on your knees,
Yes, I stay
y'all.
on my knees.
Stay on your knees, y'all. Go
So,
find it. Google it. You'll find it. I'm
yes,
telling
you
you.
will find it.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
everywhere. So, yes.
Damn. Here we are up to the last question.
Oh my goodness, we're already on
The
16.
16. What's the most rewarding aspect of your work as both a poet and an entrepreneur?
When I hear people tell me that I said something they wish they could have said, or I've changed their life, or I've had people say, you've saved my marriage. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, when you're able to get up there
Mm-hmm.
and literally change a room, the vibration of a room
Yes.
from where it was to where you need it to be, where you see the people are now either like very comfortable with themselves and
Mm-hmm.
happy, that is thrilling as a performer. I mean, I can't really ask for anything else. It is the greatest thing to me
Okay.
to see my words change you, change your life in some way.
Mm.
But when people actually come up to me and tell me that, like, girl, I've always maybe thought that, or I'm glad, I have my partner here so we could hear you. So now we're going to have a discussion on that. And now they're going to go grow together as a couple, or a person is now growing on their own. That's the best I can hope for.
Yes.
And
Yes.
especially if somebody's like, now I want to take your class or keep traveling down this road. So will you coach me?
Mm-hmm.
As an entrepreneur, I can't ask for anything more than that.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
from both aspects, all I want is for you to find your best self and
Mm.
your pleasure in your life. And if I can help you in any way, I am here for it. And like I said, it's my passion and my purpose.
I remember you
So,
talking about a lot of this stuff before you started.
even back then, I
I
know because
remember.
it was
Yeah.
like I knew it. I just
Yeah.
didn't have that part of the business yet, but it's
Mm-hmm.
something I was like, I was told I knew this about myself. I just
Right.
had to find a way to do it. And
Right.
now I'd have it. I mean,
Girl.
there's a link people just go to and they're like, "Oh, girl, I can sign up for
Girl, you don't have
intro
it.
to
You
become a
own it.
dominatrix."
You
I
own
know, and
that
they're like,
shit.
"What?"
Fuck that.
It's what it is at this point. At this
Mm-hmm.
point, all I want to do is help you live your best life,
Right.
your juicy life, your pleasure-filled life. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
want for everybody.
That sexy
You
life.
know?
That sexy
Yes.
life.
And if
That
you have
yeah.
a partner, I want to help y'all become so bonded with each other that you're like forever. I don't know
Mm,
if that's long enough. Like,
right.
I
Ooh,
want that for you.
what a line.
Exactly.
Because even when
So,
you speak, is you speak poetry. The way you speak is poetry, girl. So,
thank you.
girl, I thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for
Thank you.
having me.
I am so happy we got to sit down. I got to learn more about you, my people
Thank
that
you.
came that come on the show. Thank you all for listening, and they get to know more about you. And now you got new friends because they'll find
Thank
you,
you. I
and
love
they,
new friends.
me too. Sure, me too. So, girl,
Yes.
thank you so much. I'm gonna
You're very
definitely hit
welcome.
you up because I want to talk to you about a few things after the
Thank
show. I'll
you.
give you a call. Maybe if you're not busy this weekend, I'll call you.
That will be. Oh, and remember, if you don't know me already, it's Jai
Right.
Simone.
J A
J
I
A
Simone,
I
not J
Simone.
A E, because I be
No,
fucking
it's
people's name up.
Jai
It's J
Simone.
A I Simone. I'm gonna fix it
It
when I
is
repost it. I'll fix it. I'll
okay.
fix the name. I'm so
Okay.
sorry about that. My bad. Because
It's
people fuck up my
okay. I
name too.
understand.
They fuck up my name too. So oh, they say it wrong. They say Mona Bode. It's Baudet. Do you see the
Exact
accent?
Baudet.
It's
I'm
Baudet, not
classy. I'm
Bode. Right.
classy.
Very classy. I love you, Mama. Take care. And
Thank
it's
you so
so good
much.
to
Love
see
you
you,
back.
Mama. It's so good
You
to
as
see you.
well.
And we'll talk soon. All
Okay.
right.
Thank you.
Okay, baby.
Bye.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for coming back when we had our little technical difficulty, but we're good. So, all right, y'all. Again, every Monday, 7 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube, and again on Thursdays at 6 p.m. on withoutwarningradio.com. December 16th, 2024 at Comedy in Harlem on St. Nicholas Avenue, the Naughty List, the Mocha Reunion, the Mocha Lounge Reunion is going to be so dope. You need to be there. You let your hair down and spit some erotic poetry and just hang out and have fun. Have fun. If you want to donate to this show, it's Uptown with Mona, with the Cash App sign, the money sign. Okay. So, with that being said, I want to thank everybody for listening this evening. And I will see you on next Monday, because next week we're going to have another phenomenal. Every week they're phenomenal. I got to say that all of my poets, all my friends, fucking phenomenal. But I'm excited to hear this guy, Obi West. He will be here next Monday, and we are going to have a good time. So I'll see y'all next week, Monday at 7 p.m. Same bat time, same bat channel, y'all. Have a good night. Peace and love. Later. Later, later, later. And that's a wrap for today's show, y'all. Thanks again for tuning in to Uptown with Mona. Be sure to join us again next week for another exciting episode. Until then, I'm your host, Mona Baudet, and I'm saying peace and love. Have a wonderful day.